Well, I'm back. Subscribe, Richie Rich, your boy. We talking about NBA, and of course, Team USA won the gold medal, and of course, we knew that was gonna happen. I just wish that I had bet the spread because it was like 15 points, and they lost to Serbia. No, sorry, they won and beat Serbia by like 2 or 3 points the previous time. And blew them out because the spread was like 13-14. But hey, it's all good. It's all good. Now, the story and the talk is about Carmelo Anthony. And with Carmelo Anthony, I think people are looking at Carmelo like arguably, this sounds weird, but kind of like a loser-ish type of vibe towards his name. And I don't understand it and I don't get it because here's the thing. There's a lot of players in the NBA that don't have an NCAA championship. Carmelo Anthony has an NCAA championship. He has 3 gold medals with Team USA. And when it comes to his NBA career, I think with him, we kind of forget that in order for you to win a championship, you have to have a supporting cast. Michael Jordan never would have won the championship if he never had Scottie Pippen or Dennis Rodman. LeBron James had to find Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. The top 50 players in the NBA, team that they had in the past. There was only one player that had no other teammates on that team, and that was Isaiah Thomas. So it shows and proves that basketball is a team sport, and you need a team around you to succeed. And when you look at Carmelo Anthony, you can pretty sure say he has not really had a team to compete for the championship. You never went and said Carmelo Anthony's team is going to win the championship at the beginning of the season. He was never the favorite. And I think people would look at him a lot differently if he had got drafted by the Detroit Pistons. Because you gotta remember, Detroit Pistons went and drafted Darko Milicic in that draft after LeBron James, over Dwayne Wade, over Chris Bosh, and especially over Carmelo Anthony, who just won the NCAA championship that year. So when you look at Melo, he's a special case because if he had gotten drafted by the Pistons, he would have won multiple championships. He could have left and did the Kevin Durant type of thing and say, oh, I'm going to Golden State, or oh, I'm going to Chicago, and go and run and chase for the ring. But he never did that. He said, growing up, I wanted to be a Knick. I'm going to play for the Knicks, and I'm here to stick it out through hell and high water. And I think you got to respect a man for that, especially if you're from New York. If you're a Knicks fan or you're from New York, and a lot of players are trying to run away from New York because they don't want the bright lights and the big city. And then when you look at Carmelo going, no, I want the bright lights, I want the big city, I want the big apple, I want to rep the Knicks. Hey, you got to respect a man like that. So when you talk about Carmelo Anthony, I think you got to look at that man as one of the best basketball players on the planet and at least top 20 basketball players in the world type of thing. I think that the reason why he hasn't succeeded is that he needs a team around him. And then when you look at the Knicks this year, they're a very dangerous ball club. Derrick Rose has been talking the talk lately. He's looking like he's on some brand new knees and stuff. And he's thinking at the situation like, now I got my homeboy Noah. We got Porzingis. And when you look at the Knicks, they look like a very dangerous team. Now, are the NBA championship dangerous? I don't think so, unless there's a LeBron James injury or something like that. But they're a very dangerous team to reckon with. And I think with Carmelo Anthony, he's kind of got a ball club now. And I see the Knicks making the playoffs. So that's the thing I'm going to say about Carmelo doing his thing. Now, when it comes to Russell Westbrook's getting high praise from Michael Jordan because Michael Jordan says Russell Westbrook is the guy that reminds him most of himself in the NBA, which I kind of have to nod my head and agree because the intensity that Russell Westbrook plays with, he attacks the basket with reckless abandon, and he doesn't care about who's there. And I kind of think that he was destined to be a main guy. Him and Kevin Durant always had that who's going to be the main guy. Was good that Russell has taken that mantle and has became the main guy in OKC. So that's going to be dangerous. And then I seen something else where people were trying to compare Kyrie Irving to Kobe Bryant. And I didn't like that comparison, and it has nothing to do with Kyrie Irving as a man or anything like that. It's just that I think you got to look at basketball a little bit further than that to get the true Kyrie Irving comparison. And I think Kyrie Irving actually plays like another guy back in the day by the name of Isaiah Thomas that I mentioned earlier. Kyrie Irving and Isaiah Thomas are more of a scoring guard type of point guard, and they drop buckets. And when they drop buckets, they're also clutch, where you can give them the ball and say score that game-winning point, and they both could do it. So I see more of a Isaiah Thomas comparison for Kyrie more than I see a Kobe Bryant comparison for Kyrie Irving and stuff like that. So and another person sent me a message, and they were saying that Ben Simmons is going to be a bust. And I'm kind of looking at them and laughing because I think Ben Simmons is going to be as good as sliced bread, like an invention of sliced bread. Like, this guy is amazing. The passing skills that he has reminds me of Magic Johnson ish, and I can see the LeBron James comparison. 6'10". At the least, he's Lamar Odom, and at the highest praise, he could be 2010 or even higher. I think the 76ers are going to be a very dangerous team. Now, they're not going to win as many games as they should because they're a bunch of rookies and young players, but they're a squad that you're going to look at and say, watch out for them. This is Richie Rich. I'm signing off. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. We out. Peace.